Just last longish run before the race next week. So next Saturday will be the San Juan Solstice. 50 miler. Beautiful country in the San Juan Mountains. Starting and ending in Lake City, Colorado. One of the harder 50s. Almost 13,000 feet ascent, and way up high. So a lot of it's over 10,000 feet. Some of it, well, a good portion of it's up on the Continental Divide, and some big climbs. So, feeling pretty good. Been running up here in the mountains at 9,000 feet and 10,000 feet for the last 3 weeks, and adjusting back to the altitude. But one of the objectives on these last runs before a race is to not screw up and get hurt. Now, some of this terrain that I'm running on today is quite technical, so I'm trying not to roll an ankle or trip and fall. So one of the objectives, overall my objectives for the race are really do well, and learn from last time when I ran this race, which was a couple of years ago. Now I know the course and know where the real hard spots are, and hopefully know how to pace myself a little better. Last time my finishing time was a little over 13. I think it was like 13:10, but I spent a lot of time in a couple of the aid stations when I saw Jen, because I was really struggling. This time, hopefully, I can minimize my time through all of the aid stations and also pace myself better. So, I hope, barring any injury or any problems, I should be able to get into the 12s. And a stretch goal really is, I'd be really excited if I can get into the 11s sometime, if I can get 11 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds, that would be pretty awesome. Close to 10,000 feet here. This is on the one of the trails at the foot of Buffalo Mountain, which is right behind my house. It's about a 12,800 foot mountain. Should be coming up to an avalanche slide here now, where you can look up the flanks of Buffalo Mountain. This is it here. It's a cool slide area here where you can get an idea of the power of what an avalanche does. Looking up, that's looking up to Buffalo. Not nearly the summit, but looking up there, you can see beautiful blue sky today. You see the moon up there. So. And yeah, there still is snow here. Still got snow. We got not much down here, but you get up higher, still a decent amount of snow. So the rivers are running really high and fast right now. The kayakers and rafters are loving it. And found my way again. Boy, it's really confusing in here. This is very different than it normally is. Usually there's some babbling brooks, but not this amount of stream there. It's actually going over parts that are usually dry. So now we're back on the normal trail. Good stuff. Pretty waterfall there. Yeah, we grow dandelions here in Colorado too. And they're beautiful though. There's Buffalo. Better view of it. We're at the base. See, there's the trailhead, the intersection with the Mesa Cortina Trail and the Gore Range Trail, which I've been on. And interesting spot here. This is a place I normally come out and do an out and back to for a 6-mile round trip run. And this is usually ankle deep here in the main part of the season. And it's at least hip deep here, and it's running. So I wouldn't want to cross that. Might get knocked down. But goes to show you what the power of water and how much snow is still up high and trickling down into all these little tiny streams and getting bigger and bigger as they coalesce. And eventually they'll end up probably in the Arkansas River. The Colorado River is on the other side of the Continental Divide, and the Arkansas will flow into Mississippi. So eventually, I think, So all this water's going somewhere, but cool little spot. This is looking down on the town of Silverthorne. That's the town where we live. Not a bad spot. Looking across to Ptarmigan Peak. Still some snow up there, but we use that as a training run sometimes to run up to the top of that mountain. And just about a mile out from the end of the run here. It's been about 9.5 miles. Great run though.